I've been very, very, very lucky in that aspect of my life. Very loving and supportive parents, very present parents, very real parents. They've kept me on my, always thriving for the best, but they've always just instilled this confidence of, no, go, just go. And I love that because life is hard. It's still hard, but I'm very, very lucky in what that is.
It's interesting because, I can distinctly remember, and I know I've said it on here, like this moment where the lens of life changed for me. And it was really hearing my mom with this power in her voice when she was like 2 years into taking over my dad's business. And I just saw her in this new light, and it truly opened my eyes to believe that like the life I lived in my imagination where I would just escape into, that those dreams could come true.
This episode is brought to you and presented by Legends Addict, our great friends who they just have the best events coming up.
And the best sports memorabilia store. Actually, guys, I don't know if we mentioned that this room used to basically be an overflow of Legends Attic that we cleared out and are so lucky to be able to put some of the bats up here, some of the balls. I mean, it was so cool even going through the stuff.
I know.
When we started to build the studio.
I mean,
just like what we were finding.
These bats are signed. I mean, Kurt Gibson, I don't really see all the other ones, but all of them are signed.
But even if your mom's a sports fan, take her there this weekend, get her something from the store, from, something autographed to a piece of art. Every time you walk in there, it's just like a breath of fresh air of LA sports.
Yeah, and if you follow
Not
Soul
just
Boutique,
LA sports.
Yeah, it has everything. But if you follow Soul Boutique, I actually have some of my sequence dresses in there, so that's fun.
That's a good Mother's Day gift too.
It's a great Mother's Day gift.
All right, so go check out Legends Attic in Claremont and then tell us how much you love it. And now to the episode. I just want somebody to talk Dodgers to me. Rolling, rolling, rolling.
Rolling with the homies. Oh, yeah, that was.
I love that when she. Oh my god, I used to try and imitate that tie.
Yeah. As if
I was a really good Cher from Clueless.
I feel like you.
And I've reworn it multiple times. I went all out. I had the furry pen. I bought a fake flip phone.
I could be
backpack.
Dion.
I still got the costume.
I think I could rock a good Dion.
I'll do it again, and you can be Dion. Monica might be upset with me because she's the OG.
Oh, well, I don't want to make anyone upset.
Monica used to work for Blumhouse, which is a horror production company, and they had these epic Halloween parties every year, and she used to bring me as her +1, and so we would go all out with our costumes.
So when I used to work for iHeart, one of the, I guess, he's still on the radio, Manny on the Streets. But Manny would throw a huge Halloween party because it was always around the time of his birthday, and he would throw a huge bash.
Ooh.
And one time it was in the Grammy Museum over by in downtown LA at LA Live. And I met JC and Lance. They were there. I was dressed as Selena that one.
Ooh, I have a good JC story.
Ooh.
One time I went to Big Bear with him.
Wow.
Not just us.
Yeah. I mean, I was going to say, these are good ins because I was a full NSYNC girl.
Okay.
Justin Timberlake. Okay. I mean, I really thought I was going to marry him, genuinely in my heart. And sometimes it's wow, to have that kind of love as a little girl.
Did you listen or read the Britney Spears book?
It's changed a lot in my heart.
Because how she talked about JT and just her experiences definitely made me think twice about some things.
Yeah. I've really detached, maybe you can cut this, but I've detached myself so much from just the music because I feel like I can't know too much about them because I just want to enjoy the music.
I mean, I loved Britney so much. I've also been her for Halloween. I made my Britney I've really gone all out in the past.
Okay, well.
That one I made myself, the whole snake. I made a skirt and the green top. Didn't I show you a video? I did karaoke as Britney.
You did show me the video. And you still you hit her
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I'm sticking with my samurai costume this year, but yeah, other than that,
Don't you miss Tokyo?
kind of.
Do you,
No.
Adam?
No.
He's he's like, yeah, I can't wait to go back without any of you girls.
Precisely.
I had a great time with you. I thought we had such great bonding moments.
There were good moments.
There was good moments.
What was your top moment, Adam, with us?
Mario Kart.
Mario Kart?
Yeah, that
Well,
was really
the Samurai
fun.
show was really great too, but I think Mario Kart just being outside and
Being so free.
yeah,
It was a cool way to see the city.
It all kind of just melted away.
Yeah, you were on cloud
And maybe
nine that
maybe
day.
it was the fumes from.
I know.
Maybe it was the
I,
fumes
like,
from the
took-
carts.
I took like the back one when we're all lined up before we like leave, and it's like he's like, "All right, everyone, press the gas." I'm
I
like,
know.
Is this really necessary right here in this garage? That was fun though.
That was really fun. Anyway, welcome back to Talk Dodgers to me. I am Melissa Meyer.
And I'm Jacqueline Ruiz.
And as we said we were rolling for 7 games,
Yeah,
a 7-game win streak, and then we dropped the last one to the Braves, which we should have won.
we really should have won that game, but
We had Hyeseong Kim, new favorite. Can't wait to talk about him.
dude,
He was on third with 1 out, and they couldn't get him in.
I know. I am blown away by this kid. I'm really sad about obviously Tommy. I want him to heal and be back. We miss you, Tommy.
So much.
But what a nice little surprise.
I'm so impressed with him.
His quads are huge. I was telling Adam, I feel like they pulled him out of a video game. He's just like he's just like ninja
He's
speed.
just ready.
Yeah.
He feels so ready to be in the major leagues.
Mm-hmm. I know.
Yeah,
You would
he's
think,
ready. He
like-
can't go back down. He needs to stay.
But I started looking at his Instagram because I'm like, you know, who is this kid kind of, right? He's already very popular. So I'm wondering if the popularity, you know, has made it easier because, you know, bless Roki, he looked very scared his first game compared to
still
this
looks
kid.
scared.
Compared to this kid who just came up with so
Well,
much
there's
confidence.
also a whole nother level of pressure when you're pitching.
True.
You know, all eyes on you. But I know that Roki has been, I feel like, easing his nerves and settling in more every time.
Yeah, no, totally.
But
But I just noticed this kid. He didn't
Hyeseong.
look scared to me. He looked like he was like ready.
he's ready.
Yeah, I was just like, who is this kid?
I
And,
can't wait
like,
to see what we do with him. Like, okay, so we brought him up. Is he going to stay? He deserves to stay.
I think
Right
he
off the
deserves to
bat,
stay.
he's performing. Him stealing those bases, he's so quick.
He's so quick. I haven't seen someone like that. Well, I guess Otani's very quick, but like Juan Pierre. Remember Juan Pierre? Actually, he played for the Marlins. So, and the
Good
Dodgers.
tie-in.
I used to run base like Juan Pierre.
Wait, okay, so Hyeseong, HS on his jersey.
Yeah.
He's like I don't know how tall he is, but
5'10".
oh,
I looked
okay.
it up.
So Otani's, you know, a lot taller than him, and I feel like he's reminding me of him, even his swing a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I guess I didn't really look at him thinking Otani, but I'm blown away by this kid. Well, he's
Comet?
26.
Comet?
Comet, yeah.
Jacqueline told me that his name means comet, which makes sense because when all the players were reposting videos of him getting his first major league hit, they all were doing the comet emoji. I love that. It's very fitting.
Yeah, and he just came from the OKC Comets.
He stole a base his first game. Stole 2?
He's as fast as a comet.
Do you remember being 2 feet away from him at spring training?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
We were right on the other side of the fence.
We weren't, it was closer than 2 feet.
Wow, I didn't even realize it was him.
Remember we stood on this side of the fence and took pictures of ourselves with him in the back?
We'll have to post one of those pictures
We are.
in honor of Comet.
I know exactly the one I took of you, and you're like, and he's just, you know, there.
I
said hi to him.
respectful. You did say hi. Wow, I forgot about that. You're right, actually. We were kind of like, is that a little Otani? Yeah, I guess you're right.
But even just, I remember seeing him for the first time. There's some people, baseball players, you look at and you're like, oh, they're gonna be good.
yeah,
Just even like in their stance and
his like stature.
he just feels ready, and I think has all the confidence in the world. Wasn't he one of the best for the KBO? That's
Yeah,
where he used to play.
I think it was really cute. So they were interviewing him, and Kirsten was asking him like, so what has like, is there any like culture, like music, blah, blah. And like, he responded, he was like, I'm really up to date with like the pop culture. He goes, but I've been learning so much country music.
Really?
Yeah. From like the guys.
Does he like it?
Yeah. I mean, he didn't seem like he didn't, but he was like, if anything, I've been learning like more country.
That's interesting.
I know. And then
I mean, I loved watching Shohei get so excited. More excited about Hyeseong's first hit than his home run that brought him in. That was so sweet, though. Actually, Kirsten posted a really she has such a great view that sometimes she posts these stories, and I'm like,
yeah, I know.
this is amazing. I want to save it. But she had a great angle.
You're all
of
kidding.
the
Hopefully
end of
one
the
day we
row.
can be like, can you shoot us that video? That's such a good video.
I know. Would love to get her on the pod.
Yeah. She Otani, I mean, just our team, they even reposting, all of them repost all of his like first hits and all this. And then Freddie hit 300 and
350.
350.
His 350th home run. Do you think they get mad at each other like, oh, this person didn't post me?
I don't know.
Like
Sometimes I think of
guys
like, I
like
wonder
that?
when they get attitude, like what that looks like.
Hmm.
'Cause you know, they can't be perfect all the time.
Do you think they're looking like, oh, this guy has more followers than me?
I don't think they care about that.
What do you think, Adam?
I hope not.
I really hope not either. I don't think that's what
That's
they're
not
doing.
part of the clubhouse talk.
Who knows? I don't know. I was listening to the podcast with Mookie and Teo, and like they're like laughing about just locker room talk and all that. And I'm just like, I can't even imagine. They probably have so much fun.
Oh my gosh, guys, I don't know what's happening with my phone, but I put it on silent and it's not silent.
This is 2 weeks in a row, noob.
Okay, Adam, aren't I having phone
Rookie
problems?
Mistake.
Either my phone didn't want me to call Adam, wasn't letting me.
Oh no. Adam just slowly took his number. Do not dial. Just
No,
kidding.
he's been having to call me like audio. What's it called?
Interesting.
FaceTime audio.
FaceTime audio.
You do have a very interesting phone.
I just got one. You guys wouldn't let me go to Tokyo unless I got a new phone. So I got one for you.
Yeah, I forgot to sabotage the FaceTime audio part.
Oh,
Just for the call.
But people have told me they're not getting my calls, and I don't understand. It's not silent when I want it to be silent.
I'm getting him.
Only you. You're the only one I can call.
Oh man, I guess I didn't get the text of like how to block. No, just kidding.
Ha ha ha. Funny guys.
No, but back the podcast when I was listening, it was really cute because they were talking about the advice that well, he asked Teo, like, what advice would you give Otani now being like a new dad?
Mm-hmm.
And so he was thinking, he's like, well, I'll tell you what I told him. Like, just give in to the fact that you're not going to sleep for the next 10 years. Like, just don't even think of it. And Teo's like, that's such good advice. Like, just don't even think about.
Mookie said that?
Yeah, Mookie told Otani
Was Mookie
that.
wearing sunglasses in that episode?
I was watching it, or I was listening to it on the way here, so I wasn't watching.
Oh.
Remember when you yelled at me because I'm not allowed to be on my phone when I drive?
I care about your safety.
Okay, and I listened.
Great.
Yeah, okay.
You listened in between my multiple phone calls?
Yeah, but it's
That worked
all right.
that time.
Yeah.
Well, our team has been great besides another injury of Teo.
Man.
I just think that we're being extra careful right now. If
yeah.
a guy is showing any type of
Anything.
thing that could become worse, they're pulling him.
Totally.
So that's what it seems like with Tommy Edman and his ankle, that they just don't want it to get worse. They want it to heal up. Because Tommy Edman and Teo have been our most consistent hitters. Teo is like tied with Aaron Judge for the most RBIs right now.
Wow. Yeah, and I was thinking about that. Like they're playing hard. Like they are playing hard. Every team is like bringing their best baseball, and like they've been consistently playing so hard, and they only get a day off. And sometimes it really blows my mind. Has baseball always been structured this way? Why do I feel like they've been playing longer strips and only get a day? And like,
I know, but this is their longest away streak of the whole season. They're playing 10 games in 10 days.
wow.
Isn't that illegal? to work 10 days in a row?
I don't think
Maybe
so.
there's different rules when they're getting paid millions of dollars.
It's a little different. A little different for Major League Baseball players.
I would like to know the rules.
You want to know their labor laws?
Yeah, I do. That's a lot.
It is a lot. I haven't really seen a lot of the wives active, and I wonder if it's like on this spurt, they're like, you guys go for it. Like, but Miami Beach? I'm really curious to see what players are a little more tired by the end of this series.
Really?
Yeah, well, you're in Miami Beach.
True.
That's like, they're going out a little.
I don't know about that.
Maybe not the stars.
The 10 games in 10 days, I don't think they have time for it. And our guys are locked in. What did Yoshi tell Chef Tetsu? That he was so impressed with how hardworking and dedicated the Dodgers are.
You're right, because that's something Kim touched on too. It's like, besides the culture, like music-wise, like he noticed their pregame prep is different, but he's impressed by it. So you're right. I don't know. I can't see like Freddie going out and like going crazy, but for sure.
Never. Freddie?
Yeah.
If anyone. I don't know. Maybe they'll get a nice dinner.
I mean, there's just no way.
Maybe Teo and Andy.
Miggy, that's his home.
Okay, you know how we were talking about how like when a player goes back to their old team, they do really well? Case in point, Miggy Rowe.
Mm-hmm.
He goes in for Conforto, and what does he do? He hits a homer.
Home
First home run of the season, and against his old team.
And then even Chris Taylor, he came in for a pinch hit, right? Or
I don't know.
he got a double.
Okay.
But he didn't think he was going to play yesterday, and then he came in and he was able to like, I don't know. I feel like do you think it helps for them not to like overthink it? People who don't play that often just kind of getting thrown in. Well, not Miggy's. He gets thrown in more, but
I'm just thinking, well, I know last week I mentioned it and the listeners reminded me that it was Jazz Chisholm that spoke poorly about Miggy Rowe.
Oh.
And it became this whole big thing. And he said that Miggy Rowe like wasn't a good clubhouse guy, which that is the opposite of how I view him.
Yeah.
So who knows, there's two sides to every story.
Yeah. But I saw on his story, he went back because I think his family lives in Miami, so his kids go to school. And so he went he went to his kids' school and spoke to their class and stuff. Yeah, and he was like, just doing dad duties. And I was like, aw.
That's so sweet.
I know. Yeah, it's so fun to see Miggy doing well back in, where he lives and where he used to play.
Teo also lives in Tampa. That's where his family is. And I just hope he's okay. He got taken out in the 4th inning yesterday after getting more hits. He's been truly our best player.
I didn't even see what happened for him to get injured.
I think it was his hamstring. He was complaining that it was tight or
You don't
sore.
want to mess around with that though, because as soon as like the quad or the hamstring and then it's like there's that knot.
Oh, no.
Oh my gosh.
I know. And that seems like an injury that it's not like a couple of days you're on the IL.
No.
So I heard he's getting an MRI today.
But I like your take on it, that they're all just being really extra cautious.
Yeah. Well, all the Dodgers talk about is October baseball, and that's just kind of what it seems like that's what they do. They gear up for that. So the only thing that scares me is that Edman and Teo have really been our best two this whole season. So without them, I'm a little nervous, and I'm wondering, like, would they put Hyeseong in the outfield? Would they move Andy over to right field where Teo plays and then bring up someone else? Oh, I was listening to something and they said that Dalton Rushing is one of our best prospects in the minors, but he's a catcher. However, someone said that they were watching him practice in the outfield. So I'm wondering if maybe, because he's a really good hitter, he's like the best in the minors. I'm wondering if maybe they're training him because they wanted to bring him up, but maybe they're going to put him in the outfield because we have Will Smith and Austin Barnes.
Yeah, I think our catching they're not taking Will Smith out of
No.
rotation.
No. And Will Smith has been great too.
He's been phenomenal.
He's having a great season so far.
I think he's the best catcher in the league.
Nice.
Yeah.
Me too.
It was really funny. It showed a video of Will Smith walking behind Kim and putting sunflower seeds, and it's so fun because I feel like that's just sports.
I
It's
love
like,
seeing that from Will Smith because he's so, as he says, like very vanilla. So it was fun to see him doing like a little prank.
yeah.
Do you remember the video that was going around where Will Smith, I think, like accidentally dropped like a piece of paper and Shohei was like littering
Yeah.
and picked it up?
I don't remember it being accidental.
Oh, it wasn't?
I remember it, I don't know.
I'm just having his back in that
I
way.
know. I mean, I love him, but I do remember I didn't realize it was Will Smith, but I knew of someone and they like dropped their like gum wrapper.
Oh, I thought maybe it just like fell out of his hand, but Shohei was like,
Yeah.
not on my watch.
Well, he looked at it and he looked at him like, "Are you gonna just leave it there?"
He has really an expressive face.
So expressive,
Right?
I just love how he always just like, if something happens at the plate, like he's just always making eye contact and like, like
His eyes get wide.
he's like, he's so. I just want to know what's good. Can they mic him up? How did you like
wish.
Verdugo getting mic'd up? Wasn't it Verdugo and on the Braves?
Also, Verdugo's on the Braves now?
At least that's.
I was very surprised about that because the last time I saw him was our last out of the World Series. But I think it took him a while to get picked up by a team.
It did take him a while, but I'm more concerned on the miking up. How do you feel?
I didn't catch that.
Yeah, they mic'd him up in the middle of the game, and I don't know how I feel about it. It's almost like when they interview the coaches in the middle of the game or have a few questions. It's like, really? I don't know. I just don't like that.
It's one of those things where, like, remember we were talking about that play last week, that play that worked perfectly when Kike bunted Tommy Edman over, and Tommy Edman then got a hit to bring in someone. And I'm like, if it didn't work out, that's when we're questioning the coaches and why they made those moves. It's like if something goes wrong when they're mic'd up, you're like, oh man, they should never do that again. But if nothing does, like when Miggy Rowe got mic'd up and he's like, oh, hold on, let me just make this play real quick.
I know. Well, I enjoy
Like,
the
I love
commentary. Like, I enjoy hearing them talk. But as an athlete or just, I don't know, something, I just don't know if I'd want that distraction.
I think the audience loves it and they're trying to keep us entertained.
Well, it always goes back to kind of Joe Kelly when we were able to interview him. And he kind of said, like, part of it is entertainment. And the Dodgers are good at, and other ball clubs are good at kind of playing into that. And it was an interesting take on his end because as a fan, like, I don't think of them out there like putting on a show, like watching a circus or something, or like, like the Globetrotters or something. I don't really think of it as just entertainment because I'm just in awe of like their talent and just
that's
watching the
true.
game. So it was interesting to hear him say that like that way, which I guess some of it is entertainment. Like,
Well, I wonder because, we love him because he's so comfortable in his skin and he knows who he is and he knows his role for the team. So I wonder if maybe he knows that that's kind of his role. Like he is someone that people look at for entertainment. And so he really plays it up.
yeah,
Which I love. Fine by me.
I know.
But I don't imagine a lot of other players think of the game in that way.
Yeah, I don't know because I've never heard it.
We got to ask them.
Oh, we better.
What do you think, Adam?
About what?
About players seeing themselves play every day like they're entertainers. Like, do you think athletes think that way? Because remember when we interviewed Joe Kelly, he talked about playing like that?
I don't
know if he was saying that he plays every game like he's entertaining. I would take it more of like they lean into like the Mariachi Joe aspect or these different places that can make it fun in the entertainment You know what I mean? But
I think a lot of these guys are super competitive. Like to be a professional athlete, you have to just have this competitive nature where that sort of takes over. Again, I don't know. I've never been a professional athlete. Shocker. But it's one of these things of like, once you step on the field or court or whatever whatever you're doing, I think the competitive nature just takes over and you're just like, I want to win.
Well, and that's how I would look at it. So it was kind of like interesting to hear how he looked at that. And maybe that's just the mindset you have to do when you get asked to get mic'd up and like kind of just look at it instead of being so like, I'm in the zone, which some of them might, but some of them might lean into it. It was just interesting because I would agree with Adam. Like I would think, and I know they do, even listening to Teo on Mookie's podcast, it was just like I've never heard an athlete say they don't want to win. And like, honestly, like I can't wait to play the Padres. Like I love that atmosphere. Like I love everything about it. Which did you see Tatis Jr. got ejected? Tatis?
And he did? Why? I didn't see that.
There was like a bad call, which wasn't really that bad of a call, but kind of. And then behind the plate. And then when he struck out, which I loved seeing. And he said something to the ump, and then but the coach had already yelled at the ump for something else. And then the coach came out, got in his face. It was a very big Tommy Lasorda moment, and I kind of was here for it. I was like, yeah.
Oh, I can't wait to watch that. No, I didn't see that.
Yeah.
I did ask Steve Sachs the other day when we saw him about players, because you hear from our team, and I guess, the National League West is what we follow the most. You hear them say, like, I want to be on a winning team. I want to win. And so I asked him, are there players that don't care about winning?
Yeah.
And he was like, yeah.
Well, I
guess like sometimes when you get called up and you've been in the minors for so long, or whatever your story is, you want to have a stable life for your family. And that's kind of number one on your priority list. So I guess I understand that from one point of view, but I just can't imagine anyone playing Major League Baseball that like their number one priority is not to win a World Series.
Totally. But I also feel like, because Teo told me.
Oh, did he?
But he was saying like it's not necessarily about the win if they go out and they play really competitive, great baseball. And so obviously everyone wants to win. Everyone wants the outcome. But like walking away from like just really good baseball is like also something that very much like scratches the itch. So
yeah,
I think it can vary. Maybe.
I love that, because that tells me that when you're playing your best, when you're working your hardest and you're putting everything you have out there, then, the result is what it is, but you don't have any regrets. So as long as you're giving it your all, then you feel good about yourself.
Yeah.
And
which is probably why they're staying on top of all the little injuries, so that because they are playing hard. I mean, they're all running, they're all sliding, like
they're stealing, sliding,
diving. I mean, Freddie's been everywhere. His defense has been on fire.
Ooh, Mookie got a triple the other day. I love a triple.
Yeah. I know.
He's heating up. Freddie's heating up. Let's talk about our non-injured players. Ben Kasparius, what would we do without him?
Yeah, he's really stepping up.
I will tell you that in the beginning of the series, I think I said it on here, but I just had a feeling about him. I thought he was going to be really good. Didn't know much about him. I just saw this look in his eyes. And I think his first time pitching was in one of our World Series games.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Can you double check that?
Sure.
I think his first major league start was one of the World Series games.
Yeah, honestly, thank God for him. A lot of people have been really stepping up.
Jack Dreyer also. And I also wonder, because I'm pretty sure Jack Dreyer and Ben Kasparius are both starting pitchers, but they're being used right now just to eat up innings. So
I loved your.
I know. It's just funny to think of it like that. But they're being used more like bullpen guys of coming in and out. I mean, Ben, I think he said he pitched 70 pitches the other day, so he pitched a couple innings. I don't know. I just wonder what that does to them and what they're used to and the length that they usually go and now being shorter. But then I also heard that Ben was like, I'll do whatever it takes. Just don't send me back down.
Which is, I mean, that's got to be a really real energy that you have to come in the mindset. I honestly, I feel for them. They've got to be exhausted. I'm exhausted for them because like they mentally have to just be on their A game constantly.
Ben Kasparius appeared in 3 games prior to the playoffs last season.
Oh, so the World Series game wasn't his first game?
No.
Oh, man, my story was way better.
His first appearance was on August 31st against the Arizona Diamondbacks.
Oh, that would have been crazy for the Dodgers to put him in his first game in the World Series. But that's where we were at.
Yeah, I mean, there's... No, I mean, I've been really impressed by everyone's defense.
Did you see Bueller's injured?
He is?
Yeah.
Dang. What's wrong with him? Shoulder. Dang.
He was having a good start.
He's in Boston.
Mm-hmm. Did you like the Boston Netflix series?
I haven't fully finished it, but I do.
I mean, like anytime you get to learn more about the players, you just kind of grow a liking to them. And I got to tell you, I like a lot of these Red Sox players. The ones that I'm really rooting for now are Jarren Duran. I think it was so brave and courageous of him to open up about all of his mental health struggles. And I'm just cheering him on. And I hope that was like a weight lifted to even share it. And I'm sure most of the response he's receiving because a fan, a couple of days ago made some terrible remarks to him and got kicked out of the game, deservingly. But also Tristan Casas. Adam?
I think it's Cassis.
Cassis?
But I'm
he
not.
Is so funny. I love him. He's like a different version of Joe Kelly where he does whatever he wants. He paints his nails. He sunbathes on the field and just like is free to be himself.
Yeah.
And
he's
almost
very
like,
locked into himself.
However, I was thinking, because he's really good. So when he goes and hits homers, no one's talking about his painted nails. But imagine if he wasn't hitting homers and he was not very good. I think people would be questioning all these things he does.
Well, and I'm curious, it's such a superstitious game. If at this point he's like, I don't care, like it's working for him, and it's like now he's just got to paint the nails.
But he leans into it, and he likes that. He likes that people are questioning him and trying to figure him out.
Yeah, I'm on episode 3, and it was heavy in what was the guy's name again?
Jarren Duran?
No, the coach that used to.
Oh, Alex Cora. Cheater.
I don't want anyone to like be at a low point, but I just feel like it's like hearing him say like they started doing it and then it just got addicting and that they just had to keep doing it and they just kind of tried it out and then it just is like, ugh.
It pissed me off even more.
It really made me feel gross. Like, dude, I'm sorry that you were in the lowest period of your life. Like, granted, a year later he got picked up, which I'm not trying to have people be like in the lowest period of their life, but it's like, like the little, what are they, violin? I just can't.
Yeah. Him and AJ Hinch, they were suspended 1 year and then went immediately back to baseball.
I just don't know. I don't know. I can't let go of the feeling of like, isn't that just embarrassing?
I know. Like, I felt like we had interviewed Joe and we were starting to get over it. And then I watched Alex Cora talk about it and it just pissed me off right over again.
And I'm like so empathetic. I'm like, this poor guy, I'm glad you like pulled out of your dark spot. But like, look at what you did.
It does seem like he has a really great relationship with the players and the players really respect him. And that's important. So I'll give him that.
Editorial note, Tristan Cassis is out for the year.
What? Oh. Why?
He tore his patellar tendon, I think.
His patellar?
Patella? Patellar?
What's a patellar?
What's a propeller?
Oh my
God. We're filming in the morning today, which is very different for us.
Yeah, we're usually afternoon where the coffee had just worn off. And it's like...
Last year I had to wait for them to get off work. So we always filmed around 6:30 p.m. So I got used to that. And now this is our first time drinking coffee.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm like, woo.
I know. Me too.
Oh, you know what I was wondering? Okay. I know the beginning of the season, Conforto got off to a hot start, and he has gotten cold. He broke his 0 for 31 streak yesterday with a hit.
Very happy for him.
But okay. Not that I want anyone to get any hate, but no one's really talking about Conforto that much. However, when Muncy is not hitting, he's literally getting hate and death threats.
Yeah, but I don't think the fans are emotionally attached to Conforto yet. And I think that that's really where a lot of it's coming from. I'm still searching for my connection with him. Like I was talking to my father-in-law last night and I'm like, I can't just fake it. Like, I don't want him to do bad. I'm like, was so happy he had a diving catch. Like, he's trying. He's like the engine that, I know it's going to break through for him. I hope, selfishly for my team, but Muncy has like given us moments where we've been able to really grow on who he is as a player. And from last season, he's like, his glove, like there's so many things that we love
What about his glove?
he's given us a lot of good plays.
Oh.
What do you wearing his glove like on the field?
He got like
A new
special glove.
No, but he got glasses.
He's doing everything he can.
Yeah.
He realized he has astigmatism and got glasses. I mean, on one hand, I'm like, you just found that out. But listen, this guy is trying.
Well, didn't they just do the same thing with Kike? And they're probably like, maybe we should take you to the eye doctor. Like, maybe.
What do you think the conversation was? Like, Muncie's looking at Kike and his new glasses, and he's like, maybe I should see if I need glasses.
Yeah. But I think that's the Conforto thing.
That's a good point.
Maybe I don't want to say people don't care, but I don't know, because they went hard in on Pajes.
I know.
And
but that worked for him.
Yeah, but so maybe we need to be meaner to Conforto.
No, we are not telling anyone to be mean.
No. Yeah, I don't know.
Are we suggesting Michael Conforto goes to the eye doctor?
Maybe our whole team needs to get their eyes checked.
Speaking of eyes, you're crazy, and you went and got your eyes dilated and then proceeded to call me that you can't even text me because you can't see your phone, but yet you think I'm dangerous driving.
Wouldn't they have told me not to drive?
I go, why didn't you call Adam? And you're like, I couldn't see my phone.
I couldn't even see to open it. I was wearing glasses and then the like paper sunglasses they give you over my glasses and then my sunglasses on top.
You call me and you're like, okay, I just was trying to send you a picture because I probably look insane, but I couldn't even figure out how to open my phone because I can't see. Have you ever had your eyes dilated? I'm like, pretty sure that's when someone's supposed to pick you up.
I called Adam and I was like, everything is fine, but I can't see. And also I fainted this morning.
Interesting day that one was.
It was an interesting day. All is good, guys. I'm fine.
Adam's like, man, there's just like always something. Like, can we just chill out? And you're like, no, there isn't. And they're like, hey, so I fainted today. I'm driving blind. He's like, I gotta go. That's probably when your number got blocked.
Maybe.
Or maybe in her dilated eyes, she changed a setting on her phone trying to send you a picture and she completely ruined her phone.
Maybe I did.
Oh, gosh.
Can't undo it now.
Adam knows every password, everything to
your life.
Yeah. So
cool.
Maybe you could take a look at my phone later. Make sure it's all set straight.
Sounds good.
Great.
Oh, man. Yamamoto.
Yoshinobu Yamamoto.
Moto.
What about him?
He's fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
He's not stopping. He's so good.
Mm-hmm. Today is Gonsolin.
Mm-hmm.
Meow.
Yeah. Okay. Do not meow. Apparently
Why?
he has cat hair on his shoes.
I want to do it again.
Go for it.
No.
Just do it.
Adam.
That should be a thing. If
Meow.
he's got cats everywhere, every time he takes the mound, the entire Dodger Stadium should just be meowing.
Oh, wait.
How funny would that be?
No. Dieter. He does that. Oh, actually, I should read this message from one of our listeners who sent me this thing about Dieter and said that he does.
He's one of
do
the
a
organist from last episode we talked about.
Yeah.
Yeah. This fan has tracked what he plays after every if a certain thing happens.
Should I read it?
Yeah, you should. It's so intriguing. I was like, I just need 3 charges. But the cat thing, they do a meow.
Meow.
Just go to the meow.
Can't wait to meet Tony and just be like, hi, meow. I'm allergic to cats.
Oh my gosh, the blooper when the cat jumped up on Mark's studio.
Oh, yeah.
That's funny.
So after our episode released last week, one of our listeners messaged Astrid. I talked to her a lot. And she sent me a nice message about Dieter and what she's learned from just going to Dodger games. So I'm going to read it to you. Just watched today's episode. Couldn't wait to come on here and tell you about Dodgers organist Dieter Ruhl. He's been with the Dodgers for a few years and also plays for the Kings, I think. My husband and I started picking up on the songs he plays about 3 years ago. It's so fun trying to decipher why he's playing them. When there are 3 balls, 1 strike, and 1 out, he'll play a 311 song, often Amber. When a Dodger gets a walk, he'll play Walk Like an Egyptian. When someone makes a crazy catch where they have to jump, he'll play Jump. Oh my God, remember we talked about Dustin May and his hopping?
Oh my gosh.
When Outman made a good play in the outfield, he'd play the Tarzan song. When Teo makes a good play, he plays Dynamite by Teo Cruz. He would also play Hey Ya by Outkast for Jason Hayward. Oh gosh, there are so many, and it's so fun listening to him during the game. We can work it out during a mound visit. Time to say goodbye after each out at the top of the ninth. He's just so awesome. Oh, and one more fun fact. I don't know if you've noticed, but after every Tony Gonsolin strikeout, they play a pretty subtle meow.
That is so funny. I was just wanting, dun-dun-dun-dun-dun, charge 3 times. But that is very interesting. Things are very intentional. I like that. I want to start paying attention.
Even when you hear the Dodger chants, I never know how long they're going to go like, let's go Dodgers.
I still want the charge back 3 times, a little more often.
Okay, Dodgers, do you hear? You hear Jacqueline? She needs it.
Please. Please. Oh, man. Well, our boys, some of them are injured, but it's going to be okay, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So we just call up some other guys and have them come up and play. And then they're going to have to get sent back down. What a life. That's tough. I wonder how James Outman is doing.
Yeah.
Imagine like he played, 2 seasons with us and then gets sent back down.
Mm-hmm.
He just had a baby. I just wonder how he's doing.
We should look it up. Is he playing with the Comets?
I'm wondering, I don't know. I'm wondering if maybe he will get the call up with the extra injury now. But really hope Teo's not out for a long time. Really hope he's okay.
Yeah, we'll have to stay up on that one. My tummy's growling now.
Did you see in one of the comments, my mom goes, help Melissa get some food.
Your thing yesterday about, was it yesterday that you posted? Or like, if anyone else wants to comment on right now, it's only our moms.
Well, okay. When I was looking at our Spotify comments, first it's Chella, Jacqueline's mom, and she wrote something sweet about the Steve Sachs interview. And then I see my mom's comment, oh, loving the new studio, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, we need some more people in here.
That's so fun.
But it is very sweet. And
so
it's
fitting.
Almost Mother's Day.
It is. This Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
How do you do it being away?
I always send my mom something nice.
Mm-hmm.
Send her a card and usually something edible. I try and get creative and not just do flowers. We don't love flowers in my family. They just remind me of funerals.
Yeah.
But, this is my mom's first Mother's Day without her mom.
Oh, wow.
Mm-hmm. So I was talking to my mom on the phone yesterday, and it's really hard to be away from her right now. She lost her sister and her mom in a year.
Yeah.
And Annie,
her mom has a dog named Annie, and she does this thing called Annie's Fannies because she has so many fans and everyone loves her. And
well, I don't know if I ever told this on here, but when my aunt died, she had rescued a dog, Annie. And Annie was skin and bones. She was in terrible shape. She was basically just used for breeding. Mm-hmm. And my Aunt Nini really brought her back to life. She didn't even know how to run.
Oh, sweet girl.
Mm-hmm. And really brought her back to life. And when my aunt died, my mom took in Annie. So Annie it's been a blessing for us to have her. And then, shortly after Nana died. So this is, my mom's first Mother's Day. And she was telling me how she just wants to garden.
Okay.
She's going to garden. And so I don't want to actually say what I'm going to send her on here because she listens.
I know. Because they're our biggest fans.
But she's, because I know my cousin Katie and my Aunt Teresa on my dad's side, they're having people over, and they live in the town that I grew up in, Montvale. And they invited my mom over, and my mom, I was like, what do you want to do? She goes, I think I just want to do my own thing. Mm-hmm. And I want to garden and just kind of have a day to myself. And I'm like, okay. Yeah. And that sounds really nice. And I'm actually going to see my mom the next weekend.
Oh, yeah.
I have a wedding in San Francisco that she's going to. Can't wait.
That's nice. Mm-hmm. At least you'll have that time. I know when I was in Texas, it was hard being away for things like that. Luckily, I did have other aunts and family who would step up and do things and make it special for my mom as well. But it'll be nice. It'll be nice to be back.
What are you doing?
Well, she watches this too. But no, honestly, we'll probably go get brunch, just enjoy. Yeah, Marcel's mom.
Chella is so fabulous, guys. She has this Audrey Hepburn grace and beauty
Oh,
to
that's
her.
so sweet.
She also loves the Dodgers.
She loves the Dodgers. Honestly, my whole life, she's always had her own, like, she's her own fan. Like, she'll sit there, whether it's like my dad's here or there, or if like I'm running in. I mean, my whole life, when the Dodgers are on, like, she sits down and she watches the Dodgers, and she has forever.
I love it.
I know. Yeah.
How's she feeling about the team right now?
Well, she actually texted over a little blurb.
She did? What'd she say?
I'll read it.
Oh my gosh. Would she ever come on?
Probably. She's such a star.
I hope so.
Yeah. Let's see what Chella said.
I was impressed with her baseball knowledge the last time I saw her.
She does. She really does watch the game. And she gets mad. She's Argentine. So, I mean, this goes to like, if you've ever seen an Argentine watch a soccer game.
Oh my gosh.
It's not quite like as aggressive. There's no yelling at the TV, but it's cute. I love it. And I admire it because I love the Dodgers, and it's just really cool to see her love in a completely different energy. It's like just hers. Yeah, it's really cool. She says, Teoscar Hernandez is hitting and playing well. This week he caught a ball. Okay. And then he got a runner out at first with the help of Kike. Kike's great. Betts, Freeman, and Ortani are hitting home runs. Pajes is doing okay. He's a great player, but he's struggling a little bit this week. Okay. The new player, Korean player, Hyeseong Kim, he's going to be an asset. She said, check me on this, though.
What about Hyeseong?
Yeah, but I think she may, check me on this because the names are still kind of hard for me.
Oh, okay.
But no, she did good. That was it. Muncy is still struggling, but he's got new glasses and he's adjusting. And his throws from third base are spot on.
Nice.
Yeah. So, positive, but, some of the reality, Pajes.
I love it, Chella.
Thanks, Mom.
You know what that text just reminded me of? Another really good play that Miggy Rowe saved and like threw it to Bonda.
Yeah.
Freddie got out of the way. Miggy caught it, somehow got it to Bonda, and we got the guy out at first. It was like a miracle play.
And everyone was falling and throwing. I know.
That was really impressive.
A really impressive play. Bonda's been pretty consistent other than he got a grand slam off of him. Was that him?
Well, Bobby Miller did too.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, that really was Miggy Rowe who really makes amazing plays in the infield wherever he is.
Yeah. Yeah, he had really good plays at shortstop. His arm. Like, I swear, he's always facing the other way, and then he just like it releases, and it just is like, pew! Looks like a comet. Not to be confused with Kim.
I love that your mom's into the Dodgers, though. That's really cool. My mom likes whatever team she's at the game of. I mean, she's gotten more. She called me recently and was like, I know more about the Dodgers than any other team now. And I'm like, well, your daughter does have a Dodgers podcast and she listens to it every week. But, being from New Jersey, she's a Yankee fan. So I would say that's probably her number one. The man she's been seeing for years and years, Al, his daughter
That's my dad's
lives in...
name. Really?
Yeah. Well, Al is a diehard Yankee fan, but his daughter lives in Chicago, and so they go to a lot of Cubs games. So my mom has grown to love the Cubs a little bit.
Okay.
She has a Cubs hat.
These are all really good
likes
teams,
Wrigley.
so I'm here for it.
And then, when we're with my Aunt Teresa and them, she'll root for the Mets if they're playing for them. And I'm like, you're picking way too many teams.
You want to know what's really funny about Al and Chella? So when my dad and my mom met that night, he asked my mom, or the next day, he asked my mom to go to a Dodger game. And she was like, I don't know this guy.
Really?
Yeah. So she said no.
What?
Yeah. And but she was kind of like how I was. Like, she didn't really date that much. If she wasn't like sure, or she was like, I don't know you. Like, I'm not going to, she was kind of like, no, I'm fine. Well, my dad didn't talk to her for a year.
Oh my God. Because she said no? Yeah. Or like she scared him from wanting to ask her out again.
No, I mean, she says, I guess I never asked specifics of the story. Like, did you guys ever run into a bar? Would he just like not look at you? But no, he finally had came up to her again after a year, and she's like, oh, you're not butthurt anymore? Like, she basically, like, kind of played a joke on it, And, now
Wait, where did they originally meet?
it was this place called the Whiskey Bend in Burbank, and it was a country line dancing bar.
Really?
Yeah.
My parents met at a bar also. Well, they went to the same high school. They all went to Ridgewood High School, and that was a big school, but they knew of each other in high school, and then they ran into each other at a bar, like when they both had graduated. And my dad went up to my mom and was like, "You have the biggest brown eyes I've ever seen." And she's like rolling her eyes at him and just like kind of dismissing him.
Yeah.
But he was just like so persistent and went after what he wanted until he got it. And so my mom said something on his way out, like, "If you can remember my number, here it is." And she just said it and he remembered it.
Well, back in the day, I feel like that was a way bigger skill because you didn't have cell phones. You remember how you used to be able to, like, that's so cute though.
Yeah. And then he called and hit it off with Nana because my mom was still living there.
Yeah.
And and then they dated and
yeah, my dad asked my mom on a different date, and so he came to pick her up. She was living behind one of her girlfriends and 2 daughters, and he came, and the dog that was like it was Gloria's dog, but she just hung out with my mom. She loved my mom, and she hated every guy that came around, and she was in love with my dad. Instantly, she just went and sat next to him, which my dad is a very big dog person. Like, dogs love him. And then my mom was like, it, like, that's what made her kind of go, interesting.
Aw.
Yeah. And she's like, I couldn't deny that she loved Al, and I love him now too.
Oh, that's sweet.
I know. And now they've been married 47,
Wow, that's amazing.
I think. Don't quote. No, maybe not that, but I think 40. They renewed their vows in Hawaii on their 30th.
Aw.
Yeah. Me and my friend Ashley went.
That's so sweet. I got to come over and hang out with your parents.
Yeah, you should get to know.
I want to watch a Dodger game with them.
Do it.
I'll sit on the couch and watch a game with them and Mav.
Yeah, or at a bar with a margarita.
My best friend from home, Jill, who also listens to the podcast every week. Hey, Jill.
Hey, Jill.
She was getting confused on your dog's name and boyfriend's name. She's like, is Maverick her boyfriend or Marcel is her boyfriend? So just to clarify for everyone, or do you want to clarify?
Marcel is my boyfriend. Maverick's my dog.
Yeah.
I know. Marcel, they're just so big on M, so everything's M in that family.
And now you have another.
I know, and now I've got a I know, but it's very kismet. I'm here for it. I've leaned into it.
Have you and your mom always been really close?
Yeah, we've always been very close. I've been close with both my parents. I would say I was equally a daddy's girl, and my mom and I have always been close. I think she's so strong. She has gone through so much, and she's always taken the high road on how to get over that. And she's just a ball of positivity in so many ways, but she's very real, and she's very loving, and she always just brings out the best in people, and she has no problem telling them and complimenting them and building them up. And I've taken a lot of that from her, and I love that about her. I mean, so many people forever, even friends, daughters who have friends and say their mom has passed away. They just love Chella. They think like she makes them feel comforted. She always just has had that strength.
I love that. I also can't wait for our moms to meet.
Yeah.
Because I feel very similarly, even like the impression my mom has made on so many of my friends and people I grew up with. My best friend Jill, who I just mentioned, she calls herself Little Cindy because she's now her kid's class president or like class mom and organizing events and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But it's funny that I feel like I've looked at my mom for such guidance and advice, and she's more like tough love type. I feel like she's softened a bit since Nana and Nini passed away, but in return, I feel like I'm helping her get in touch with her emotions more, because you can't go through life ignoring how you feel. It will catch up to you. And that's kind of our balance with each other. And when we were on the phone yesterday, she's really missing her sister and her mom now.
Yeah.
and missing that person. And she looks at me and my sister and how close we are and how supportive we are. And now I'm that, now Sam and I are that for her even more. And I'm just so lucky. I feel so lucky to have her as my mom, as I know you do. And just this bond that you can't even put into words.
I know. And it's like this, I mean, at least for my mom, it's like this, like, just steadfast love always.
Yeah.
And it's just like, it blows my mind because they've been through so much life, but it's just this unwavering support. And I'm so, but from both my mom and my dad, I've been very, very, very lucky in that aspect of my life. Very loving and supportive parents, very present parents, very real parents. They've kept me on my, always thriving for the best, but they've always just instilled this confidence of, no, go, just go. And I love that because life is hard. It's still hard, but I'm very, very lucky in what that is.
It's interesting because, I can distinctly remember, and I know I've said it on here, like this moment where the lens of life changed for me. And it was really hearing my mom with this power in her voice when she was like 2 years into taking over my dad's business. And I just saw her in this new light, and it truly opened my eyes to believe that like the life I lived in my imagination where I would just escape into, that those dreams could come true. Because, you don't know what you don't know. And unless you see people doing things that you can aspire to do or be, you don't even know to dream that big. And she really opened my eyes to believe that all these things I was thinking and believing, if I tried, I could do it.
Yeah.
Because look at what she did. And she protected us from so much that it's like now when I'm, starting business and doing this and that, I'm understanding all she was going through during so many years where she would shield us from knowing so much just out of protection. And it just makes me have so much respect for her. And I'm her biggest fan, and I couldn't be more proud and inspired. And all I want to do is make her proud.
I know we talk about it. We're going to take our moms away at some point, and we're going to go have a great daughter, mother. I don't know where and what it's going to look like, but we're not stopping until we can do that.
Yeah, that's one of the things we're manifesting, guys. We're going to take our moms on a trip wherever they want to go.
Yeah. Cue Paris.
Okay.
I mean,
I got that.
You got a beret in Tokyo. Thank God you got your beret in Japan. Anyway, I'm excited for Mother's Day, and I'm excited to see how the Dodgers and how they honor their moms, because I feel like Mookie has this really special relationship with his mom. I even heard Kim talking about where is he going to send his first hit ball. And he says he's going to ship it back home.
Aw.
I know. So I'm excited to see what they do and learn a little of their relationships with their moms.
I love when Mother's Day comes around and you just read and hear people talking about their moms and who they are and what they mean to them. So I can't wait to hear our players and just their relationships with their moms. Mookie's mom is very much the reason why Mookie is who he is.
Really?
Because he was so small and he didn't get picked to be on the baseball team when he was little. So she created a team so that he could play.
I think I remember you saying this.
Isn't
That's
that
so
awesome?
sweet. Yeah.
And this is Mamiko's first Mother's Day.
I know. And so that's fun too, how the guys are going to
do something.
I know. I wonder how they're going to honor their wives.
Who are we going to be playing on Mother's Day?
This Sunday, Diamondbacks.
Ooh, that's going to be a good series.
I know. Did you see their new city jerseys?
Okay, what's with all these City Connect jerseys making every team blue? Like the Braves? I didn't even recognize that was the Braves when we were playing them. Did you see that light blue uniform?
I don't know.
Looked nothing like their regular like red and black.
But the Diamondbacks, I think it says like serpents or something. Doesn't say Diamondbacks or Arizona.
Serpents?
Yeah, well, the Diamondbacks have snakes.
Can you fact check that one? Serpientes?
So honestly, did that just roll off your tongue?
Yeah. Am I
Can
right
you
or
look
wrong?
up what the city jersey is for the Diamondbacks?
Sure, but just as a note, Sunday they are playing the Arizona Serpententes, and guess who's starting? Meow Gonsolin.
Yes. Wait, Meow is starting today.
Yeah. And
Today
it's
is Tuesday.
That Sunday's a long
Oh.
time from now.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. Serpientes.
I think it's Serpientes.
Did you see it?
How is that?
Do we not get I know we have our city
We
jersey.
have the Pop-Tart sprinkles.
I know, but do they get introduced every year, or does the Serpientes not get one last year?
They rotate on 3-year.
Oh.
It's a 3-year cycle.
Oh, okay.
So we have the Pop-Tart jerseys for 3 years.
Well, 2 more years. This year and then next year, and then they'll probably make new
Did you
ones.
see the blue Braves jerseys?
No, I didn't. I'm looking at the Serpientes ones right now, and they are awesome.
I know.
I
Honestly,
want to see.
the Diamondbacks have dope jerseys. And I know this because I really look into jerseys of like people want me to create them. So I'm like, ooh, which one should I go off of?
Yeah, I like theirs.
Cool jerseys, honestly. We could probably step it up a little.
They're going to be tough for us.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't want to say too many nice things about them right now.
Yeah. I'm just talking about the jerseys.
And in case you were wondering, the Dodgers have the best record in baseball right now.
yeah.
Right behind us are those Padres.
Well, Tatis is out.
Keep getting ejected, Tatis.
Yeah. When they get ejected, how many games do they have to sit? Or
I
it
don't
just
know. I think
depends
it
on what
depends
they
on
get
what
on.
they did.
Wait a second. You're talking about the Braves white with the blue sleeves? City Connect jerseys? Because those
They
are
wore a blue jersey the other day when we played them. And
Well,
I didn't
they're-
even recognize that it was the Braves.
their City Connect jerseys are throwbacks to their like 1970s jerseys when Hank Aaron played for them.
They
and
used
stuff
to
like
be
that.
blue?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
They used to
Well,
be a
Well,
more royal.
I
aren't
just
the Braves
feel like-
navy blue and red and white normally?
I didn't even know they had navy. I thought
Yeah,
it
their
was red and
sleeves
black.
are always navy blue.
Oh. Well, I feel like when these City Connect jerseys are made, you should be able to recognize what team it is. And some of them are just so far off that I don't know what team it is. So that's what threw me off. But that's cool that it's a little throwback.
Yeah.
And the Serpientes ones are, I mean, the color scheme of that is a throwback a little bit to back when Randy Johnson and Kurt Schilling were playing for the Diamondbacks, like in the 2000s. Luis Gonzalez, when they won the World Series against the Yankees, like the colors, they're bringing back that kind of like purple and aqua color scheme, which I think is really cool.
I really think that's cool. Some of the Giants fans, some of the baseball girlies over there have reached out to me and they kind of want to start getting a jersey going for out there. So
Really?
it's always,
all of our competition?
I know, they see us sparkling and I can't deny a baseball girlie
wanna
to
join the
sparkle.
party.
Yeah.
Oh. You know what happened? You know how we were going to do a San Diego trip and I won that grand prize and we were going to get a free 2-night stay somewhere? The grand prize was taken away from me
Why?
because that's how life is going lately.
Wait, what?
I'm not kidding.
What do you mean? What happened? How did they just take it away?
So I spun the wheel at the event last weekend for our house that I did the walk for. And I spun the wheel and I got the grand prize. I was so excited. And they told me it was a free 2-night stay wherever I wanted to go. And I'm like, oh, this is amazing. So, very excited about it. And then I got a call yesterday and the guy said that my address was used already. So I couldn't get it. So like someone else who lived in my apartment building once won a grand prize from the same company. I don't know. I'm like, there's lots of people in this building, but yeah, lost the grand prize. So we'll have to pay for a stay in San Diego instead.
That makes no sense.
I know.
Like same, I mean, do the apartment numbers differ? I mean,
trust me, I asked.
wow.
That's troubling that a grief organization would take away something so so
Like,
great
I mean,
as a
it's
grand
not even
prize.
like a grand prize is pretty big.
Yeah, I mean, it just seems like that might be grief-inducing.
Yeah. So my last text from the guy, I should call out this company because
Low-key, I'm
it's
kinda
not
pissed.
It's not our house. I'm not blaming them. It's this company that set up at the event and was offering.
Did they know the kind of event they were setting up at?
You know what? I didn't even think to use that.
Well, you shouldn't have to because you're not like,
True.
I mean, geez.
He said, yeah, unfortunately with the apartment numbers, it's still showing the same. So I would have to cancel it for you.
What does having to live in the same apartment as someone who won a prize before have anything to do? That makes you uneligible to win again? That's crazy.
I know.
I mean, I get if it's like the same person, like you would be like, okay, fair game. Maybe I just got back from Hawaii. Thanks for that free trip. But no.
Meanwhile, at the event, he's telling me that I have to go for this interview and I have to fill out this questionnaire. And I'm like, fine, I actually don't even want it. Don't worry about it. So like he had to talk me into even like staying to listen to his whole spiel. So now I'm like, oh, and now you just take it away from me once I finally got excited about it?
Yeah, I'm really sorry. That's kind of messed up. What company
Well,
is
when
this?
one door closes, another opens. So
You're
let's see
right.
what's next.
Shoot. Freaking Otani's 117 mile per hour. Oh, 0.9. 117.9 miles per hour. Home run. Could you even imagine?
His face when he knows he hits a home run. I love it.
Yeah.
He's just like, oh yeah, that's nice. And he loves Miami.
From his last game.
50-50. He loves that ballpark.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, I feel like that's all I have for today.
I'm heartbroken at the fact that,
About my grand prize?
yeah, I just feel like that's so mean.
Do you want to call the guy?
Kind of. I just want more explanation. I just feel like you can't just do that.
How do you think I felt when he called me to tell me I'm getting the grand prize taken away?
Well,
I've never even won a
phone
grand
call or
prize.
just the text?
Phone. He called me and told me over the phone, and then I said, "Well, I live in an apartment building. There's lots of people here. So did you put in my apartment number? Because I've never won to even be in this position." And then he's like, "Oh, let me try that," and that's when he texted me.
Very strange.
So
Okay, well,
I don't know.
we didn't want a free weekend in San Diego anyway.
We did.
I know.
Well, we have a game today in a couple hours.
Mm-hmm. Don't worry, we'll be watching.
Oh, I did want to read you some of these nice comments.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if anyone else is noticing that Instagram and TikTok, since we've been on TikTok, guys, if you're not following us on TikTok, follow. They're really nice.
Are they?
Yeah. We
Thanks,
do like to
guys.
read the comments to each other.
Yeah, you send a lot of them.
Give a little pep in our step.
Thanks, listeners.
Love ya. And good night.
Like, subscribe, follow, comment, all those
Guys,
things to help us.
Add some more comments so it's just not our moms on there. The best way you can help us really is to like our posts, share them, make sure you're following us on YouTube, Apple, and Spotify. Leave us comments, rate the show.
And when you go to listen, you do have to hit like a little on, I think Spotify, you have to hit follow.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously YouTube, subscribe. And then Apple, what is it on Apple? Is it follow?
Follow and rate
And rate?
and comment.
Okay, please.
But also email us at homerun@talkdodgerstome.com. Send us a message on why you love the Dodgers, what your connection is to baseball, so we can have you on a fan episode.
I'm so excited. So I've never had a fan episode.
Oh my gosh, it's so fun. You're
Maybe
gonna love
you should
it.
explain like what a fan episode is.
So we did a couple last season and it's really fun and Adam loves it too. So we have 3 fans per episode and we just talk Dodger baseball with them.
So they zoom in and we have a quick little clip with them.
Yeah, we
and
do like 20 minutes with each of them and we zoom, right here from our chairs.
How fun.
It's
I'm
really fun.
excited.
It's basically like when we meet up with fans at the Dodger game, but it's for the podcast.
Are we going to have the email down here?
Oh yeah,
them to
Adam
see?
will add it in. Oh, and Adam calls them and talks to them a little before they come on.
Oh, they get to talk to Adam? How lucky.
It's really fun listening to his producer voice. Hey, this is Adam from Talk Dodgers to Me. Right?
Yep.
Okay, so make sure you send us an email so we can talk to you on an episode.
Please, go Dodgers.
Go Dodgers. See you next week.